Hi, I'm Nathan Fenton.
I'm Cornell Davis.
I'm Jacob Deese.
I'm CJ Butler.
And
You're watching the Average Joe Sports Talk.
Hi, I'm Nathan Fenton.
I'm Cornell Davis.
I'm Jacob Deese.
I'm CJ Butler.
All right, guys. We're here at Southside High School interviewing the seniors of the wrestling team. That it's a very historic program, and as Coach has already mentioned, these four seniors right here have had really good careers, multiple state championships with these guys, and as well as just very good competitors from top to bottom. We actually have a rocket scientist in here. Coach mentioned to us. So. But with that being said, I want to start out right here. Wrestling is really big here in Southside, and it has been for years and years. But I want to know individually what got you guys into wrestling.
Well, what got me into wrestling was more or less my dad. I was really nerdy when I was young, still am. But I needed to have a way to defend myself when I was younger because I was being picked on quite frequently. So that led us to starting wrestling.
Absolutely.
I finished my 9th grade year in football, and Coach Rowland came up to me and was like, "Hey, you want to be tougher?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he said, "Come wrestle." And I was like, "I don't know about that." Then I asked CJ if he wanted to, and he was like, "I'll do it if you do it." And we started wrestling.
I got started. My dad introduced me to it in 3rd grade, and then I just fell in love with it ever since.
Absolutely.
And just to lead off what Cornell said, I got into it with my best friend. It just worked out. We ended up loving it.
So kind of like a brotherhood with y'all, though. I mean, most of y'all's kind of family driven or friend driven. I get that pick up from that from all of you guys. For those who, and we talked about this with Coach earlier, for those who are not familiar with wrestling like this, we're not talking about Macho Man Savage and Ric Flair, like real wrestling here. Explain to people just how tough it is and how grueling it is to be in this sport right here.
It's pretty tough. You gotta have self-preservation, endurance, and you just gotta want it enough.
It's one of the toughest sports in my opinion because there's nobody out there to make excuses for you. What you put in is what you're going to get out.
It's hard for me too. Playing football and everything is 10 times harder than football or anything you'll do during high school sports.
It's a team-driven sport, but it's really about you individually being put under the microscopes to see how you really work and better the team. So just that pressure alone is different than most sports.
We'll go right back to you from a conditioning standpoint. Talk about your conditioning and how grueling that is. And I mean, did you ever think at some point in your life when you were younger that you could be in this kind of shape?
No, I probably didn't. And I say that because this season I've actually had a problem with conditioning after being put with multiple injuries and sicknesses. For instance, I had to run like 10 sprints, 20 sprints after each match I wrestled. So I would definitely say I did not expect this to happen.
Endurance and everything. It's more than just being able to run far. Like we can get a cross country guy to run far and everything, come in here and wrestle with us and still be gassed. And
just a couple of seconds, probably.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's a different kind of shape.
Yeah, it's more than just running.
Like he said, the only way to get in good shape for wrestling is to wrestle. And it goes hand in hand.
I'll just add on to what he said. That's really how it is. I mean, you can run as hard as you can, but you just gotta wrestle. You gotta get your body used to it.
All right, I'm going to start right back with you. Now, wrestling in some places is different than wrestling in other places. You guys are a perennial powerhouse. So, like, if you go watch, I don't want to say any names of high schools, but Some people high school workouts are totally different than other people's high school workouts in football. So I know you guys are very competitive. How competitive does it get here at practice?
I'm not gonna say any names, or it gets really competitive, like real competitive.
It's a good thing, though, correct?
Oh yeah, it's a good thing. We all love each other at the end, but it definitely gets competitive.
No doubt.
Yeah, going off what he said, there's been times we've had fights in here and just we're this close to fighting and just about to punch each other and knock each other out. Just because it's so competitive and we're all wanting to win.
Love it.
It's a sense of pride, really.
Everyone in this room, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, has almost gotten in a fight with each other. Just about. And people out there, younger people who are carried 7th grade, 12th grade, we're head on the hills.
I don't recall ever getting into a fight.
Tyler Green last year.
Don't recall anything.
Sounds like a story.
Oh, man.
I'm just having trouble remembering. It's really just been that way. Everyone wants to do their best. Everyone wants to be on the team. Everyone wants to help the team. Ever since I was in 1st grade.
I got you. I want to ask each one of you guys this. Who is the best guy you've been on the mat with? Could have been a teammate or a guy you've wrestled against. The hardest guy you've ever put your hands on.
Oh no. Probably Matthew Singleton. I had him. It was a long time ago. It was in youth, but I wrestled him, and that was not a fun match.
Was it bad?
Yeah.
Sam Willoughby from Vestavia Hills. He plays for Alabama now for football.
Gotcha.
Sam Latona from Thompson High School. He's wrestling for Virginia Tech now, ranked 2nd in the country.
Man, he was a handful.
That was tough. It was back in 9th grade. I think he beat me 18-3. And he let me up 3 times, and that was where my points came from.
I haven't really faced a guy like these guys have, like just top dollar type wrestler, but I've definitely had some hard matches. I'm not saying his name.
Okay.
We don't speak.
It's like Baltimore.
All right. I want to ask you guys this because I think this is very important, especially on a team that holds itself accountable. Accountability is everything in sports and team, in my opinion. You guys have seemed to have turned that corner to where if you do not buy in, you're the odd man out. And we've been to schools before in different sports where, the people who are working it out and doing the right things are called brown nosers, but you guys have the people who don't want to buy in is the ones the odd man out. From a leadership standpoint, what's it been like for you personally here at Southside to be a leader for these younger guys coming up and to know that you've seen it and done it in your career here and now you're passing it down to these guys?
Just let them know to keep working hard. It's gonna get easier if you put the work in.
Well, I try to lead by example of what I do in the practice room because I've always been told there's somebody under you watching what you're doing. And just be a good example for them.
I like to be friends with everyone. There's a kid in there. I'd say everyone in there likes me. I do what I can to show them and everything, but at the same time, I try to be friendly with them and everything. I don't have anyone complain about me, I don't think.
It's good.
I just try to help them. Throughout my youth, I had a bunch of mentors that would take me aside after every match, and I've tried to do the same to basically nearly everyone in that room.
All right, right back over here. What is in your headphones before you go out? What do you listen to get pumped up?
Just some rock.
Like, we talking 80s? Like Motley Crue or something?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I listen to sad songs like Louis Capaldi, Sam Smith.
Really?
Yeah.
They get you fired
Beyonce, Rihanna, Whitney Houston.
What?
Yeah.
Is he that serious?
The Greatest
Yeah.
Showman. It's great. I love
Greatest
it.
Showman. Never
We
Enough.
could have just talked about what we just played.
Elton John.
We just played in the warm up.
Sia, she's the best.
That's awesome, man. I like it.
Billy Ray Cyrus?
No, I'm just kidding.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, he listens to Miley
Miley
Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Do you?
All She's actually got some good songs.
It depends on what type of mood I'm in that day. Some days I'll be listening to Fleetwood Mac and
Nice.
all that. Other days I'll listen to CCR.
Oh yeah,
Like that.
Credence.
I'm gonna go off what you said. I listen to "Take Me to the Top" by Motley Crue. That's
Do you?
Yeah.
Man, this is
like
a diverse
that
crew right here, bro.
Mhm.
I like it.
It
Motley Crue
varies.
they get your blood flowing, man. Let me ask you this. We'll start right back here. When you're out there, I know sometimes some people zone out everything that's going on in the crowd or whatever. But what's it like to have a support group like these guys and these coaches here? Can you hear them when you're on the mat, or do they get you fired up? Do you draw off their energy when you're struggling in a match?
Yes, I draw off every little bit because they always loud cheering me on, and I just take it all in and go harder because I know they want me to go harder.
Makes sense.
Well, whenever I get out there, I kind of end up zoning out, like you said, and I'll hear a few people talking, but the rest of it's just going white noise. I'll hear Coach Knight yelling stuff, Coach Reed, and just a couple people like that, but otherwise I'm just thinking about wrestling.
When I'm out there, only listen to him. I don't listen to nothing else for real. Like if one of my teammates yells something out, I don't do it unless he says it. So that's pretty much.
Makes sense.
I would definitely have to agree with that. I listened to Coach, especially last year in that finals match. He hit my elbow, and I'd messed up my elbow a couple days before state, and I got like a injury time, and he got a point for it. And Coach Knight came up to me on the mat and goes, "You have 45 seconds to get a reversal. You get a reversal, you win." And that I really drew off of that to pull it through.
That's awesome. Now, we're going to close on this one with everybody. I know y'all got work to do today. I'm going to keep you here all day. When you leave Southside and you leave this wrestling team, what do you hope people remember you for and by? Or remember you as?
Someone that wanted to help as many people as possible.
Makes sense.
Remember me as just that hardworking kid.
Put the time and effort in to get better.
Like what he said, I just want to be remembered as gritty and nose on the grindstone type of guy. Just go out there and get the work done.
There you go.
I like someone that you guy that do anything for anybody that you do for me. Not saying that I'm selfish or anything, but you get in what you put in.
No doubt. I'm going to remember you as Motley Crue, man. Just put that out there. Guys, it's been a pleasure having you guys on. It's long overdue. But, you know, with this virus and all going on, it's a blessing just to be here and sit in with you guys and coach. It's been an honor, and good luck to you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys take it easy.